Hello, welcome, kiddos, to another session of Guild Phantasmagoria. We are coming to you in a little different situations here. My name is not like in the game, not like personally. That sounded very ominous.
What do
We're
you know, Cam?
actually filming from the space station right now and
Oh, so yeah, things have changed here.
orbiting around the moon currently.
Yeah, things have changed. Surprised you have such a strong internet connection.
This is where all the internet is.
Exactly, that's why
It's
we
in
went
space.
there.
You're right. It's the new Elon Musk star.
Ew.
thing
No,
or
move
whatever.
on. I'm done.
It's
Oh.
terrifying to look at in the sky. It looks like an alien invasion. Anyway, my name is Cameron. I use he, him pronouns. I'm the DM this evening. Yeah, that's all I got. Nothing, no. If you,
And Cameron broke
Follow
because
us,
he's on Elon Musk's
follow us.
internet.
I know. I'm not in space. I don't have the greatest connection. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on all the social medias. Join the Discord. We got all the links in the link tree in Instagram. If you're on the TikToks, we got that linked up on there as well to the Instagram and the YouTube. Just a lot of things, a lot of places. Every place you have to be to get noticed. So notice us. Hi, Mom. How you doing? I know she's there. Who wants to go next?
I guess me. Notice me, senpai. Laura. She, they. Today, I'm definitely playing Laura today. Maybe I'll be Jonathan. We're going to find out. Let's see what happens. And for anybody who's watching this out of order, I'm going to leave that a mystery. You're not going to know what I'm talking about.
I gave that up. In a sense, it is an anthology series because every day isn't connected to the other day, but in a sense, it is connected to the other day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No. This is in a playlist on YouTube. You can hit shuffle. I recommend hitting shuffle on this playlist. Anyway.
Hit shuffle.
Hit shuffle.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, so that's it. Also, the onesie for the day is Otter, and I have a spinny chair, and the mistakes were made. I can't be in this. My ADHD cannot put me in the spinny chair.
I need this. Hey, look, my ADHD can't put me in any chair. I was.
Fair.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Next.
About that.
Next.
I'm Sera. My pronouns are she, her, and I'll be playing Sera, whose pronouns are also she, her. And will Sera get to be the Sparrowhawk ever again? I don't know. It's a mystery. Kind of felt like that was cut off. That I'll never be the Sparrowhawk again. It's sad. So we'll see.
And hello, I am Mindy. I will be playing Lady Belizabeth, Matilda, Catherine, Anne Linda Williams III, and both of us are she, her as well.
Yeah, those were words. That was the name.
It's her name. I mean, how hard is it? It's just name.
It's very hard.
Hey,
It's so hard.
If we're talking about changing fate, maybe
Just
maybe some other things need to be shortened. But hey,
Right.
that's a conversation you can have with your father.
I already have my children's names planned out. Thank you very much.
Hey, and maybe you like your name. You, Mindy, did create it after all.
but does Brendan like those long names? Because he just calls you lady.
Lady.
Lady. He doesn't even call you your real name. Just lady.
Oh, lady.
He thinks lady's your first name.
He does.
Yes.
I will say one of my biggest mistakes is that Brendan was not in the first episode. Because I watched that first episode and I was like, I miss that little guy.
No, we had Zoseph. He was a sweetheart.
Yeah, we had
Joseph.
He swore.
Joseph's a sweetheart. Yeah, and then last session I totally forgot what the fuck voice Joseph had, so he was every voice. But that's being a DM.
Yeah.
Joseph is just really talented at voices. He likes to stretch himself out like that.
As a ghost, he's picked up a few hobbies.
Yeah.
Spoilers, if you're watching this out of order, Joseph dies by fire. He gets burned alive. Anyway,
And eaten by a dragon. It was weird.
Ending by dragon. And then a beholder showed up, which is
Wild.
center yourself. Go back to that place. Smell the sand. Feel the heat on your skin, and let's jump in. That rhyme that didn't need to.
We're in England. Where are we gonna get heat?
We're not in
We're
England.
not
not.
in England.
We're
Or we are, in fact.
I am in England right now. Thank you
You-
very much.
No, you're
You
not.
are
We brought you
not
here.
in England right
Oh,
now.
I didn't think
because
I'd been summoned yet.
At the
Thought I was
end
just
of
about.
our last episode, some things changed in the corporation. I won't get into that. If you want a recap, go watch the other episodes because we're not going to spoil it here. This stuff can be shuffled. This is a shuffleable campaign. It's a shuffleable campaign. Help me. I'm dying.
Every day I'm shuffling.
Boom. I only think of the truffle shuffle. I only think of the truffle shuffle. We're focused. We're centered.
We're
The
not.
smell
It's
is
okay. Let's go.
the heat on our skin. Welcome to Scheherazade Corporation, a place where everything is always, well, not perfect, but at least a little dramatic. The corporation itself is centered in a plain of sand, a desert as far as the eyes can see and as long as you can withstand walking. There is in this desert an oasis, a metropolis, a city with skyscrapers miles high, and also small shacks. And within small shacks, proprietary information and technologies that should not be outside of the campus. But here we are, as we zoom in to the outskirts of this oasis, in a small hut, the edge of the city, we see three figures. One of them is in an otter onesie. They changed and are now yes, hoods up, we're ready. They've changed, hoods up, we're ready. We zoom in, the sand kicks up. It bites at your skin as you make your commute every single day to the large headquarters, the tower, and to the tower. And honestly, it is a welcome sense as the wind picks up and makes its way into the crevices of this small crack, this small hut. You stare at this ally that you have summoned, Sera and Laura. Very similar to how you remember her in the stories you have delved into. Sera, what memory were you thinking of when you summoned the Lady Belizabeth Williams?
I was thinking of the most recent, because I couldn't get the most recent scene out of my mind of where I was carrying her as Gray and monstrously telling her that I was wrong and stuff.
So, Lady Belizabeth, as you look up at Gray, and as she apologizes to you in this monstrous form.
Oh, she was behind a door. I had shut the door behind me.
That is true.
Got it. As you pressure back onto the wood door, and you hear her voice vibrate through it, like the whole entirety of the frame shakes. You blink, and suddenly your vision is changed. It's no longer cold. Your back is no longer pressed against like a damp wood, but it is up against cold metal, and the wall you were staring at before, the room has changed. It is bright, almost like sunlight, but it's tinted like towards like it's bluer. It's very like harsh white light. You see two strangely dressed figures, one in a t-shirt and one in a full otter or like some sort of like mammalian creature
I don't know what a
skin.
t-shirt is. It's the
Oh.
1800s.
Yeah, you don't know, but it is like a short cropped, like fitted shirt with no buttons or lace. Very unbecoming of a woman of your status. But you are looking at these strangely dressed human figures. And Sera and Laura, you stare at a sweaty, anxious, scared Lady Belizabeth Williams.
Holy shit!
I take out my crossbow immediately.
Whoa! No.
Who are you? Are you with Eleanor?
So
Where-
you've
where
got a
have
lot
you
of
sent me?
questions, but
Complicated.
please don't shoot us with that crossbow.
Give
Complicated.
me a reason why not.
I put my hood down. I'm not an otter. Okay.
Do you think
She
I'm
knew you're not an
stupid?
otter, Laura.
No, I don't think you're stupid. This is fucking wild. Okay. Okay. Complicated.
Where am I? How?
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
tough to answer actually. So
Where is Eleanor? Are you?
Not here. Eleanor is not here.
right, yes, you're
That-
safe. is the-
That's
is
a
the big
for
thing.
sure thing. For sure. Not here.
Yeah. So safety, we've got that safety right now,
If you're not with her,
and
then who are you?
so we're your friends.
My friends. Funny, I seem to know who my friends are, and your faces seem surprisingly unfamiliar.
I don't think she knows who her friends are very well. Anyway, no. Listen, okay.
I just
I'm-
glare.
I'm Laura. My name's Laura.
I'm Sera, and you know us better by other names
And different faces. Yeah. Jonathan Barrett.
And I was
It's-
the Sparrowhawk.
What?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain.
There's literally no good way to
because
explain
that
this.
sounds ludicrous. I know the Sparrowhawk. I know my brother's. I would
I know
say
it's-
best friend, but we all know that it was more than that, and you
It was great.
certainly do not fit the bill. Neither one of you. So obviously, this is one of Eleanor's schemes to get me back into her good graces, and just understand that will never happen.
Good.
So do your worst. Kill me if you must, but I will never, ever work with her again.
Right. Yes, good. So what we've got here is we've got a chair, which is, let's say it's a magic chair that will let you jump into your own life and change things.
Magic chair.
Magic
This-
chair.
It looks like an egg. This is a magic chair.
The
This is
bag
so
is very
complicated.
How do you
disconcerting, I
jump
know.
into your own life? You're already in your own life. Now,
Are you in your own life though?
Does this look like your own life?
We're not in England. Actually, I don't actually even know where England is. What is England? Wet.
It
Wet
is wet.
place. This is not okay.
So us, who we are doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is
I would beg to differ.
Okay, it does matter, but it's really complicated, so I'm just skipping over it. So what does really matter though is you now have the chance to go back into your life at the point of your choosing, maybe, I don't know, or maybe uh, hopefully at a point of your choosing, and make changes. Isn't that the best thing?
You're a woman of science, right? You're a great inventor. Following that guy named Leonardo da Vinci. Anyway,
DiCaprio, wasn't it?
I don't remember. This
hurt. At
this
that.
we said magical chair. It's not actually magical. It's science. It's a machine. And it put us, Laura and Sera,
Mm-hmm.
into your time.
That's right. We
So
were
you
able to
can
use chairs like
time
this
travel.
to become the Sparrowhawk and Jonathan in your world, in your life.
You
And
possessed people like a demon. So
did
you
we?
are demons.
I mean,
Shit, are we?
I didn't read the handbook very closely. We might be
Not even
demons.
at all.
Oh, so you
Listen.
admit that you are demons and devils, in which case you are satanic and I should have nothing to do with you.
We're not admitting that. We're saying we don't know.
It's all a little.
It's so complicated.
It's sort of wibbly wobbly.
Right.
Listen.
So,
somebody.
if you will not reveal who you are, at least will you reveal why? Why am I here? All I remember was that I was being attacked. I don't know, she kind of did a 180 at the end from Eleanor after she murdered my brother before my eyes. And now I'm in this metallic room in front of you telling me you jump into people's lives. Make it make sense to me.
That is a tall order.
Yeah.
Does Sera still have the scroll, or did it disappear upon usage?
The spell scroll,
Yeah.
it is gone. It has disintegrated in your hands after you summoned the Lady Belizabeth Williams.
Right. Okay. So, Belizabeth, can I call you Belizabeth? I'm so sorry. You've got. All right, Lady Belizabeth Matilda Catherine Annalinda Williams III. Can you just, man, I have it written down.
We all have it written down.
I don't have your brother's name written down. too many names. You're important. He's also important. Less important. Do you remember handing something to Jonathan Barrett and you have no recollection of what it was?
Yes.
Do you have any memory of seeing things that seemed out of place? Anything kind of fuzzy and gray, not fuzzy like an animal, like weird particles or like smoke?
No.
Oh, damn.
I'm really mad at myself for making Jonathan make her forget that thing. That would have been real helpful.
I pointed that out to you.
Listen, I had a job to do, and then the job's starting to fuck with us. So, okay. Listen. There's some kind of saying that, like, if all logical reason has been reasoned out, then impossible things have to be true. That's a real weird paraphrasing of whatever that saying is, but do you get where I'm going?
I've never heard it before in my life.
That's right. That was way after you. Anyway, listen. I'm just gonna be straight with you. I'm gonna say some shit that is gonna sound absolutely insane, but you gotta stick with me here. Because listen, I get it. What I'm about to say is gonna be insane. We, Laura and Sera, work for a company called Scheherazade Corporation. Have you heard of Scheherazade? Knights of 1001
Vaguely.
Tales? Okay.
Yes. The Arabian Nights, the narrator of that, yes.
That's the one.
Yes. Yeah. So we work for a company that was started by that person's like billions upon billions great grandson. Not really. It's not that long ago, but it feels like it. We use these machines to jump into stories to tell a story. I would like to look around because stories get held in some of these places, like the books, the bookmarkers. Because so I have nothing. Can I roll investigation to see if there's anything in there, like a book that would like have?
Make an investigation check.
What should I do? Laura is garbage. I miss Jonathan. He had so many good stats.
He did.
He was so good at everything. Oh, it's a 5. I'm just fumbling. I'm like pushing on walls. I'm like, Sera, help! I don't know where this thing is. I'm a dumb otter.
What are you
So
looking
what
for,
does that
Laura?
have to do with me?
You're a story. That's what I'm trying to find the book. Remember the book? They
I'm a story.
I know that's weird. I'm trying to find
Oh,
proof for
you're
you.
insane.
I told you it was going to sound
belong
crazy.
in Bedlam.
I think you're in Bedlam. Sera, you remember the book? They remember the.
I rolled a 10 for my investigation.
None of us.
10.
I am
see something.
done with these people, and I'm just gonna try and get away from them.
Great. There's a door.
I'm gonna go through it. I'm just like,
Okay.
you are crazy. I don't know where I am. I'm going to get out of here and back to my home.
The
deal
minute
with
Belizabeth
the death of my brother.
Fair. The minute Belizabeth pushes past both of you, Sera, you see there are a collection of like bound books that are in a crate to the right of the bookmarker.
Wait.
Okay.
Look.
Catch her. I'm going to check the books.
Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna take a grab at her. Just be like, wait,
Okay.
just wait.
So what you're going to do is you're going to make an athletics check, and then Lady Belizabeth, you can make either an acrobatics or an athletics check.
Listen,
What
Laura
was
is
it?
garbage.
I'll go with acrobatics. That is a nat 20, so plus 1 is 21.
Well, I'm not. I got a 5 again. So I'm just okay. So I'm gonna get like, no, you are going to get killed out there. You
In one
I
motion,
don't.
in the middle of your
gone.
sentence, she takes off, pushes through the door. It's not a very large space. You are immediately hit with a sandstorm. There is sand whipping at your skin. It is like hot wind is being blown at you like a dragon's breath. As you step, the sun is beating hot. Can you make a Constitution saving throw for me?
Hmm? It's another nat 20.
fuck.
Okay.
So that's 25.
I'm chasing after her.
You're okay. So with the 25, you're gonna take half. You take 6 points of fire damage as you step out into this desert space. Laura, as you step out, the wind like hits you. It's warm outside, and the sand kind of just like you're very much like used to this. Your skin is hardened. You're tanned. It's like hitting against like leather hide. Doesn't do much. You're resistant to this weather conditions. But Lady
Eleanor
Elizabeth,
killed us both. I am in hell.
a step is hard. Actually, make a religion check,
Which one? Oh, Elizabeth.
Lady Elizabeth.
That's not great. But it's Not
The
terrible.
mask comes
It's
on.
14.
A 14. Not hell, but it is. It is
This
a
is
binge.
purgatory then. Oh.
Whatever you believe in. This is not the place that you grew up. But you do see like incredibly like through this sand and in the distance, about like a mile, 2 miles in the distance, you see a horizon of like metal stabbed into the ground, buildings that are not made of stone or wood, but impossibly tall, reaching to the heavens, like stories of Babel, long told. Um, it is an incredible sight. Make another Constitution saving throw.
22.
22. Okay, you save again, so you're only going to take 15 points of fire damage this time.
Jesus.
Lady Williams, come on, please come back in.
Meanwhile, I'm looking through the books.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
trust any of you, so I am not listening to you at all. Is there any place nearby other than where I went, where I came from, that I
There
can
are
duck into?
There is looks like to be like a main like road. It's not cobblestone. It is almost like a completely uniformed like man-made stone walkway. There are like foliage that line it, and make it like very obvious that this is the path that leads down to those spires, if you could call them that, those large like godlike buildings. But there are also like a couple of like abandoned, torn asunder shacks around you as well.
I'm gonna go down the road. I'm gonna try and find some help. So
Okay, yeah, make another con save for me.
I can't wait for you to die because of fire from the desert.
not
None of us can heal you.
That's all right. You know what? Is this a luck point time? Because it's a 15. So whether that passes or fails determine whether or not I use a luck point.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You got to choose first, though.
Damn it. All right. I'll just let it. 15.
15, that saves. You're going to
Okay.
take 4 points of fire damage.
4.
Okay, and you start making your way down the path.
Okay.
Sera.
And while I do that, I am going to cast Healing Word on myself.
Proud of you. You try to like tap into like this arcane magic that you know. Can you make a religion check for me?
There is no God here.
Or an arcana check. Either one would do.
Okay. Arcana is only this slightly. Oh no, they're the same. Okay. 21.
21. Did you choose religion or arcana?
Since I already did religion, I'll say it's arcana.
Okay. You are primarily an arcane caster. Like wizards, you've studied your craft, learned spells through intellect and willpower alone. You know that you tap into something called the weave to draw your magic in. A completely different like plane of existence, that is like in your like planar system, the 9 different planes of existence. You know that like magic is based off of like symbol, willpower and energy, but also circumstance as well. 3 things that you can control, 1 thing that you can't control. You did the 3 things perfectly, but as the spell like comes to its completion, you are unable to tap into like whatever like source makes it like come to life and into your reality. You feel like that fourth thing, that one that you can't control, is awry.
Well, then I just, buckle up and again try to head as fast as I can to a place of safety.
Great,
Somewhere
absolutely.
away from these crazy people.
Yep. You ease on down the road, and Sera, these bound books, as you get closer and start to pull them out, you notice that they are like journals. They are records. They are the forms that you have to fill out, detailing what you experienced in the story after every day's work. And you see both yours and Lara's journal in this crate. Lady Belizabeth, make another con save for me. And this is just to like, if you are moving on towards the buildings, this will carry you through. This is going to be a big one.
No, that one wasn't too great. I'm perplexed about my inability to get magic. So that is a 12.
12 does fail. On a 12, I rolled pretty much all ones. You're going to take 12 points of fire damage, but you will also take 3 levels of exhaustion. But you do make it to the largest of the spires. The building, it is a like a magical opening, strange door that seems to move out of its way as you get closer, and then you enter this space. And we will cut back to the hut. Lara, first of all, did you go back inside or did you follow Lady Belizabeth?
I think I probably, as she just like kept going, I probably ducked my head in to be like, she's going.
Mm-hmm.
This woman is awful. I'm sympathizing with Jonathan right now. She will not stop and listen. Should I follow her? What should I do?
Well, listen, because you're crazy people.
You're not here.
I've
got our logbooks. Yeah, let's
okay,
go.
Let's go. We got to catch up with her.
Chase her.
She was not doing okay, by the way, out in this.
Well, no, she's from England.
It's so wet and cold. Yeah, let's go. So we're behind her, but we're following.
Chasing.
Yes.
Chasing. Double speed.
You actually, like at a certain point, you see that she has slowed down a lot, and you can catch up to her because at second level of exhaustion, you hit that half speed.
Yeah.
So if you double move, you all will make it to the headquarters, the building, just as Lady Belizabeth is walking through.
Okay, I get it. We're crazy. Please look at this. Will you please look at this? And I grab my journal and I just shove it into her hands. Please.
Can you make a charisma saving throw for me, Lara?
Yeah. $17.
With a 17, you kind of like stop yourself from like just shouting at Lady Belizabeth as you like enter the space. You know this space. It is like an octagonal like room, very, very large. Like marble floors. There are like security checkpoints that lead to the elevators, which you can either go to the laboratories, like the storytelling rooms that you're in, or your dorms as well. So with a 17, you stop yourself just as you enter this like crowded space, and you are able to like lower your tone and have this conversation.
Please, yeah, like I am trying to be like sotto voce, like please, just you can't. It's dangerous. Just read this. Look at this.
Does anybody else notice this person that essentially collapsed into the room?
Yeah, like there are some stairs, but it's make an insight check for me.
Newbie.
Lame. Oh wait, I had disadvantage. Oh wait, this isn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's
It will
three?
be so 3 levels of exhaustion. First level is all your ability checks are at
Abilities.
disadvantage. Second level
Oh,
is your speed
this
is
is
half.
ability as
Third
well.
is
Yeah.
saves and attacks at disadvantage.
Okay, I forgot. The first one is that. Yeah. So yeah, that's 3.
A
That
3.
DM really did
You're
just
not
say
paying it.
down
You don't
puppy.
know. There is like at 9 hit points remaining, there like or like 11. There's like blood like rushing through your head. Boom, boom, boom. Your skin is burning. Your mouth is dry. Your eyes are like dried in your sockets. You see like halos of light as you're like looking around. Not a torch to be seen. Like these weird like buzzing, like either like arcane or something more like this
And they're
white light staring
really
down.
bright.
Yes,
They're
they are.
so freaking bright.
Would as desert dwellers, would we carry like water bottles on us?
Make a survival check.
Just want to make sure. I didn't know. I chose proficiencies in 2 very specific things. 12.
12. Yeah, you'd have a water bottle.
Okay. Just and I hand over this like a thing that looks nothing like water bottles are a water bottle. You know, it's a vessel.
Yeah.
So it's like it's water. Don't drink it too fast. Sip it. I promise. Like
This is a weird question to ask, but
Mhm.
I have a point to it.
Mhm.
Lara,
Mhm.
where did the water come from? Where did you get this water?
Oh, I probably fill it up at home before
Okay.
like for the day. Yeah.
Perfect. That's all I need to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lady Belizabeth, as you imbibe this water, roll
Oh.
your healing word for me. If you do.
First I smell it to make
Mhm.
sure that it's not, and it smells like water. Give it like a slight taste to see if there's any kind of chemical compound in it.
The minute your tongue touches it, you can roll that healing word that you
Okay.
had cast earlier.
All right. Does any of the exhaustion get off? Probably not because I'm tired. Okay. So I will do this. I'll do it at a second level. Oh. Alrighty, give me. And as I, drink very
Mhm.
greedily. Once it's there, and it's just like, and it is some of the crispest, freshest water I've ever had because it's filtered, I'm sure.
And not only that, but like the second you touch this water, as it like
the
enters,
highest I can get.
as it like enters your body, instantly like that spell goes off like retroactively as your body's like tethered to a new source, like a new like something beyond yourself, like a wellspring that you like didn't know you felt disconnected to until this moment. Then something else happens. Those bright lights that have been bearing down at you, the heat that is radiating from the glass and the metal of the door behind you dulls. Your vision kind of like blurs a little bit, and your mood goes from anxious, I have to get out of here, to calm and level-headed and almost you are yourself, but there's like a layer of like, for lack of a better words, dopey.
Good old.
Have I been drugged?
Xanax water.
water?
This is my kitchen sink water, man.
Well, I need you to roll Arcana or Religion again for me.
Oh wait, it's a disadvantage.
It is with disadvantage, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna say of. I'm going to go with Arcana again at 15.
15. I think that's enough to know that it's not a physical, like alchemical, like drug, but that you have been like that connection you feel, like you have connected to something else. Like you are of something else now.
So now the water bottle is empty.
There.
I put it down. I pick up this logbook. I assume it's in a language that I do not read.
You'd think that, and then your eyes adjust as the writing that used to be strange and like very like the second you look at it, almost like ethereal and otherworldly and too much for your brain to process, just turns into common. And what book do you give her?
I gave her mine. I gave her Jonathan's just because, like, Sera didn't give consent to give hers. You know what I mean? So she's like, "This is my property. I will my property. It's the company's property, but I will hand it over as it's been in my possession." So it's Jonathan. It's Jonathan Barrett's notes.
Yeah, Mindy, I'm going to share a folder with you.
Okay.
And in that folder, you will find documents. You will also find
Where are you sharing it?
I'm gonna DM it to you.
Okay.
Yes, so there will be a folder called Stories, and then a document called Setting Summary, Grimshire in the 18th century. I'm just going to post it in our Discord.
Guys, get in our Discord. You won't
Yeah,
see
guys,
any of this.
get in our Discord. This might be paywalled, but
Someday.
it's that Drive folder. You see 3 stories laid out for you, detailing events in your life that you
So which of these do I see?
both
I assume-
aware of. And so if you go to the Stories folder, you'll see everything in there.
Okay, it's just each
Yeah.
of what, all of what has happened.
Yes, or all of what should have happened, and then also like a detailed retelling of the events that had happened to you that Jonathan had been privy to.
And I would have noted deviations from how it should have gone. And probably I would have jotted down notes of the strange static, which again is a word you wouldn't necessarily understand, but I'd be like, yeah, and then there was this copper knife that just like appeared and it looked all fuzzy. I would have said my witty response to Gray about how she needs to stop taking advantage of more intelligent people.
All this shows is that you're good at spying.
Must you be so suspicious? We are part of this company. You can see that we are in this strange place that you've never been, that is definitely not in England. This is where we work, and this is where we have gone into the story of you. And well, at first we were just trying to make sure the story went the way it was supposed to go, but then we couldn't hold with that anymore, and we decided that we wanted to help you to make things better. And we tried our best, we really did, but the story has so much traction, so much inertia. But something else is going on. Something else is going on in our company, and we don't know what it is, but it has something to do with you, with your story, and we want to set it right.
Stop calling my life a story.
Shh, please. We can't be in here. Will you please come back to where we first were? I promise we don't want to hurt you. We only want to help you get back to where you're supposed to be. Somebody told us to call you because, okay, listen, you're fucking brilliant. You made that crazy device fly. Please come back with us. I think it's safer there. Please.
Cautiously, she nods her head.
Okay. Hopefully it won't be so bad for you out there, but okay. I am wearing things under the onesie. So it's like maybe I look at Sarah, I'm like, should I
No, you shouldn't. We'll
I mean,
just walk between us and we'll shelter you from the wind.
Oh, that's a good idea. Good call. Okay. Well, you know what, Lady Elizabeth to be in an otter onesie? Come on, man. That's hilarious. So cute.
Well, the second you step out of the tower, Lady Belizabeth, it's almost like the storm has passed. Just like a warm breeze. Now the sun is not as bright, and it's not as harsh on your skin. You can see clearly. It's not too much. It's very muted, almost.
Just kind of this is all a lot. All of it. It's sort of her mind going back between these two people who claim to be Jonathan and Sparrowhawk, to the weird landscape, back to these notes, just back to her home and everything that happened there. It's just, she's just kind of in a daze right now.
I think Laura is trying to act like very chill and like, yeah, we're just going for a walk after our shift. No big deal. Like, new person. So having a conversation with Sarah, just trying to be normal. Like,
and Lady Elizabeth, you drank the whole water bottle, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Could you make a wisdom save for me?
Right. 9.
Well, with a 9, that memory, that one that you're thinking of so much, like the thing that you're rooting onto, that's like, what was it? What was his name? There was blood, there was, like, it was cold, it was rainy, like he was sleeping or something, but like that memory of like Percy dying, those last, like that last day, that thing that like is like driving you and like keeping you like going in this place, is gone.
And so now there's just kind of a fear of like me realizing that I am forgetting things that are important.
Yeah, it's almost like a chapter of your life has been erased.
And it's just kind of like looking down at these sheets, and it's, kind of frantically and like starting to breathe a little heavier as just this realization is like pieces of my mind are leaving and my memories are leaving. but it's just like the exhaustion and everything. I just feel, and just all the craziness of what has happened. It's just like I'm not in a position to fight it, and knowing that I'm not in a position to fight it makes it even more terrifying.
And in a moment, for a flash of a second, you know it is hot outside. You know it is warm. You know there is sand everywhere. But for a flash, the sand is almost impossibly white. And you are, for a second, like a blink of an eye even, you are impossibly cold. Like the blood in your veins freezes like ice, and you are surrounded by white and cutting winds. And then it is all muted again.
And I'm sure that there is a part of me that just like involuntarily shivered. Sure, they felt it. But it's just sort of the still in a daze of like, this is where I die. This is the end. This is me dissolving into nothingness. I don't know how, but like this is the end. This is where her mind is going. It's just, this is all a world of impossible. I probably actually died with Eleanor. That's probably what's happened, and this is my mind's last thoughts, because none of this makes any sense, and it just feels bad, and pieces of me are dissolving away.
And confused and dissolving, you make your way back to the shed, back to the bookmarker. You have your crates of journals, of notes, of stories, and you have this space.
All right. Lady Belizabeth, do you want...
I just lean against a wall and just kind of slide down, kind of staring into nothing.
Okay. What was in that bottle, Laura?
It was just water from our apartment.
Okay. Okay. All right. Eyes forward. Let's all be present.
I look back at the notes, because I know one of the people that I lost from my brain, and I look through it again to try and find, and I just see the word Percy and like brother, and I keep trying to connect it to something, and Brendan, and I just keep trying to connect these people to something, and they're not, and it's just it's desperately trying to find something to hold on to that I just can't.
I wasn't trained for this.
I don't think they were ever meant to like come here. So all right, Lady Belizabeth, can you just look up, focus, try to focus. We're going to do everything we can, okay? But we are also confused.
You say you brought me here, so why?
I think it's Sera.
We need your help. We need your help to fix things.
So I go back to the notes again, trying to connect to them.
Are you searching for something specific?
Anything that I can create an anchor to.
I mean, looking at the notes, it is your life. It is like moments of your life that you like remember vividly, like those hard moments that you look back on, the happy moments that you look back on, the moments that you know, like when you look back on them, whatever you were feeling, it increases exponentially every time you look back on it. Like most strong memories do, but they are not like written from your perspective. There is something there, like when you read over like the end of it, like the last couple of chapters, it's hard to like make sense. Like it seems like somebody has like written a story about your life, like not something that has happened and not something that you like even vaguely remember.
Can I crouch down? Like I'm trying to be very, I am a tall person in this, so it's like I kind of crouch down and I'm trying to be like, I also look like an otter. I look so soft and cuddly, but I like, can I show you something? Can I? And I hold my hand back out for the journal.
Give it back.
I turn the pages to the scene where, for the test flight, where Jonathan gave her inspiration and she had that, so like that rush of joy of invention and that so I'm going to show that to her and to try to be like try to like have that spark of like science come back. I'm like a long shot, like, look, you look lost, but here, look.
Why don't you roll persuasion, Laura? And then Lady Belizabeth, why don't you roll insight?
Not good. 9.
I also got 9 because I'm a disadvantage.
Okay. I think both of you are very much like reaching towards the same thing here. You're both looking for something for Belizabeth to hold on to. And I don't know if looking back on something you are having a hard time not processing, but like living with, like something that you find confusing. It's kind of like when you look at a problem for so long that it becomes like stress inducing, and you know that the only thing you can do is like look at something else for a while, come at it with fresh eyes. But I think there is something to this like scientific curiosity, this ability to create and to make something new. I think specifically, Lady Belizabeth, as you make like insight on Laura, on Sera, on this space, there is like definitely one thing in this small room that is at least holds a candle to whatever that feeling is.
Is it just a general thing, or is there something specific that like is I'm being drawn to?
The giant egg chair.
So shiny.
Look, it's got purple velvet on the inside.
It does. Yeah. It is a chrome, like a very like reflective metal. There is purple velvet that lines like an elongated seat on the inside. On like the hood of the dome that kind of comes over the seat portion of it, kind of like a hood or a helmet. There's a screen that doesn't seem to be turned on. To you, it looks like a black piece of obsidian.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what a screen is.
You don't know what that does at all. But there is also like there are like thin things of like metal that connect, and like you can tell instantly that like very much like an arcane enchantment, they funnel energy, and you see there are small different like parts that can move and connect to other things outside of it. Like there is like a recess in it, like a depression, that looks to be the size and width of one of these journals, almost like it fits perfectly in here.
So I just absentmindedly take out the Joseph's tool.
Mm.
You need me to fix something.
Maybe.
You know, I don't know what any of this is. What needs... How would I be able to fix anything? I mean, if you tell me what I need to make, I can go about making it to the best of my ability. But all this is alien. I mean, it's fascinating. But it is also alien to me. I wouldn't know where to even begin. Especially considering why you brought me here. You seem not to even know why.
Yeah.
Are there any more? I'm looking at Sarah. Like, were there anything else from like the editor in the crate, or was there anything else besides our stuff?
Who's the editor?
That's the $1 million question, to be honest.
We don't know who the editor is. Someone who has been working with us, I guess, to try to help you get a happy ending.
How is that even possible? No one knows the future of their lives.
Well, we have to create a future. And if we don't, then the future is written for us. And that is what we're working against, is a future written for you that was a tragic one. We want you to be able to write your own story that's bright and as brilliant as you are.
I just cannot wrap my head around the magics with which you seem to proclaim. The thought of it being able to see your own timeline seems like the mindless ramblings of those in the asylums.
To be fair, we can't see ours.
Yeah.
It's these. I know you. It. I don't want to say something that upsets you, but for us, it's a story. It's stories. So we are going in and fixing stories.
How do you fix a story? A story is a story.
But it's not. I mean, look at, and I'm like looking at I'm like pointing to my journal. It was supposed to go a certain way, and it didn't. There were all kinds of every day, every moment, there was an opportunity to choose one thing or another. Even you made choices that didn't match the story. But that's not the point. Something is wrong. And for some reason, somebody has decided that Sera and I can help. And that somebody gave us the key and said, call your friend. And that's what we did.
Me.
And it meant you, and you're here. And I can only imagine it's because of your brilliant scientific mind and your absolute stubborn hard-headedness to not let something go. You're a dog with a bone, Lady Belizabeth, and that is awesome. As frustrating as it was for Jonathan, it is awesome.
And there is a crude analogy, but I suppose I'll take the compliment.
Sorry, I thought that's all I have. It's a different. We're okay. We don't know, but we can help you, maybe. So I guess I'm gonna like kind of go and like look at the crate. Is it empty now? I mean, like I said, what can I investigate to see what else was it? Like dig through it to see what other pieces of whatever was in it.
Yeah, make an investigation check for me.
Jonathan rolled great. Laura is back to her shit rolling. No, 9 again. All these dice need to get the fuck out.
It looks to be just like journals, and as like you open the other ones, they don't seem to be stories. They don't seem to be like they're like complicated, like weird, like math formulas and stuff.
Oh, okay. So they're not related. They're not like our journals, like they'd be related to. Okay. I take one of these. I don't know this. I have a literary degree. I don't know math. You should look at this. Maybe this heads or tails. I don't know.
I mean, Belizabeth can look at it, but she's got 3 levels of exhaustion. So
You're pretty tired.
I don't know what to do. We can't, Sarah. We can't bring her back. We can't take. There's cameras everywhere. What do we do?
Find the editor. She's leaning against like this chair, and against if the console's nearby, it's like she's using it to lean against, sort of trying to keep herself up. You said all of this was because the editor wants you to do this, that, and the other. The editor brought me to you. The editor wants me to fix things. Well, pardon my language, it is unbecoming of a lady, but who the fuck does this man think he is? I would like to know. So, I suggest we find out.
Now that is the Lady Belizabeth.
That's why you got called. That too.
Well, the only place that we've gotten messages are here, and
you said I gave you something. What was it, Laura? Is that it?
That's right. Yeah, Laura.
I gave you something. What did it say? I don't remember. I looked through all my notes. I couldn't find anything missing, but I do remember giving you something. What did it say? Maybe the editor had something to do with that.
They did. It was a piece of paper. It was on Joseph when he died. And it said a few things. Happily ever after. I think, Cam, didn't it say happily ever after, gone too soon?
It did, yes.
It was the 2 titles of like different sections. I interpret it as like titles of like chapter titles.
Mm-hmm.
It said happily ever after, but as a question. Happily ever after? And then it said gone too soon. But it wasn't written. It wasn't written.
Her arms are getting very wobbly at this point.
Okay.
She's using all her strength to keep herself up.
We gotta find her food and sleep. Anyway, it said happily ever after, and gone too soon, but it wasn't written with, like you write. It was typed with a machine. It was written with a machine, and it had these weird particles around it. Because it wasn't.
Before.
What?
You mentioned them before. What are they?
It's
We
these.
see them when the editor is present in interfering in some way.
So that means we need to find some more. If
don't.
he's present, then that is where he will be.
I think they can only be present in there, and I point to the egg.
When we're in the machine in your life.
Then I guess that is where we need to go. And I, again, try to hobble into this egg thing. Sort of fall into it.
Sarah, have you been watching any of these people, what they do when they... I mean, I know all the, all the, the different electro, the different... I know what
I
they
was
do.
mostly watching you react to them.
Listen, we've had some weirdos. Anyway.
But I know that the bag goes down. So I'll pull the bag down.
Just try to relax.
The bag does not pull down.
Oh.
It's off.
It seems like it's stuck. Yeah. It seems like this is not it's not on, essentially. Like it seems to be inert. The screen usually will have whatever character you are going into on it, and it looks and you've never seen somebody use it from the outside because you've always been inside it.
Right.
But you have a feeling like that's how the technicians monitor you, is through this screen on top of it, and it doesn't seem to be on.
And a question Belizabeth would not know.
Mm-hmm.
But is the dude still tied up in the closet?
Probably.
Is he making any kind of noise?
You don't hear anything.
Okay.
That's a different room. Different room.
Aw. I was like, because then he could run the machine.
Oh, yeah, we're in a whole different... I was like, there's no dude in the closet in this place. This is the shack. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to look for whatever controls are on this thing. Hopefully they're simple and maybe have little sticky notes on them. That would be great.
The only thing that seems different from you, I'm not even going to make you roll
sticky
for this. You know that they're gross.
Don't lie.
You know that there is an open section that looks to be the size of a journal. If you that's where you place the book and the machine turns on.
Oh, I see.
I don't... Okay. Very quietly to Sarah, I'm like, I don't... Maybe we should put Jonathan's in. I don't... You weren't looking great.
No.
In fact, you were looking terrifying and also dead. So, Lady Belizabeth, are you still holding the journal? Or have you put it down to look at something else?
I thought I'd give it back to you. Because you gave me the math one.
Yeah. Okay, so we traded them out. Okay. So, okay. Lady Belizabeth, don't touch anything. I'm going to try something. You just relax on the very soft purple velvet. If you need to take a nap, just kind of... You rest. You've had a lot of a day.
Yeah. It's in there. It's the most comfortable chair I've ever sat in. Like,
you know
it's
why
really,
it is.
I'm trying to be alert because I still don't really trust any of this. But it's just like, hot damn, this is.
Okay, Sarah, you just, I guess, watch. I don't know what's gonna happen. I take Jonathan's journal and put it into the slot where
Great.
it should appear to go.
There's a flash of blue light, and then from Elizabeth's perspective, the weird rectangular black obsidian flashes with arcane light, and
I take
starts
out
to
the tool.
hum with some sort of energy. The hum turns into a pleasant melody, almost like a corporate backing track.
Does it make
Scheherazade
me fall
Firm.
asleep?
Scheherazade Firm, an operation dedicated to change, storytelling, and innovation. Everything like starts to melt away and go black. And on the screen, white static appears, and it shifts. There is a plain cream background, and in front of it, in the foreground, is a silhouette that speaks in a distorted voice.
Can
I
we hear
assume
this? Can
you
we?
all can hear it. It is
Okay.
emanating from this machine. It is like filling up this whole space. This distorted voice says to you all,
The editor, I presume.
and as you address it, it just keeps going. Like this message has been like said already and is being played back to you. I assume by now you have found the scroll. We don't have much time. Professor, you must make haste. This may seem tough, but if you trust your guides, they will lead you. This is a bookmarker. It will lead you into your life. Think of it as a sort of time machine, a fate changer, if you will. You will be allowed only but once the chance to go back and change your life. Now is your chance. Go back. Befriend the lady. Finish your elixir. Laura,
Am I going
Sera.
back as Eleanor?
As the professor is strapped into the bookmarker, you have a dangerous task. Presumably, she has met up with you in your 3 sessions and has given you the lowdown of what needs to be done. We have spoken privately, as you know, but now is the time for you to make your way into Mephisto, up to the tower, and into your machines. You need to find the book. Go to the first chapter of Lady Belizabeth Williams' life and wait for the professor there. It goes dark. The machine hums with life, and a character appears on the screen. Professor Eleanor Gray. And we're going to take a break there.
Well, speaking of overall shorts without a shirt, as this black bat, welcome back, everybody. That's fine. We cut the break so that it starts with
Right.
that, not me.
I'm gonna start right before that, where you start saying about shorts.
No. Oh, I mean that's fine.
I am the editor, bitches.
Oh,
Bum, bum, bum.
hey, actually, and then Lara appears on the screen. So
Hello.
the black vinyl bag lowers down in front of Lady Belizabeth's head, and immediately her experience, or whatever you want to call it, appears. Her point of view appears on the screen. Simultaneously, you both see this. It is a dark, like stormy, like mid-afternoon. You are waiting. You look down to your clothes. It's raining outside. You are like mildly wet, but it's nothing too bad. The storm hasn't broke yet. You are in a like a red and black vest, a like poofy sleeved white cream shirt, brown like tight pants with black boots.
Do I recognize this outfit?
You do. This is the outfit that Professor Eleanor Gray was wearing the day that you came to test your flight craft at the Quarter College. And
Am I
you
no
feel
longer
like a
exhausted,
rush.
I assume?
Lady Belizabeth, Lady or Professor, whatever you prefer now, you feel a rush of adrenaline, and that eating feeling in the back of your mind that everything hinges on this moment and everything could go wrong. And then we're going to zoom out. We know how this plays out. Laura,
Do
Sera,
I have the history? Is it a this is the moment in time, or I have the memories of everything that has happened already and have jumped into the past?
so you have, it's a weird experience. Before you enter this moment, a robotic voice read words that like appeared into your face. You got a rundown, like a summary of everything that was supposed to happen, everything that happened to you, from like a third person perspective. So you know, like that Eleanor Gray is going to wait here. You know that she is going to be in front of the red tapestry. You know that your flight craft is going to fail and catch fire and burn her alive. But besides that, you have all the memories of Lady Belizabeth, none of Eleanor Gray herself.
How is this even possible?
Not so crazy now, huh?
You stand there and you wait. Laura, Sera, you know that eventually Lady Belizabeth will show up with her flight craft, with Jonathan. They will test the flight crafts. The Sparrowhawk will sabotage the flight craft and it will catch fire. You do not have a lot of time.
That's right. We need to get to the room.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's run.
All right, taking off. And as we're running, I'm like, Laura, the editor thinks we brought back the professor. What do we do?
Okay, but the editor said that Belizabeth has to help. I think we just have to. They have to make the elixir.
Since I am actually Belizabeth, while this is happening, I know where I'm coming from. So I'm going to meet myself.
Amazing.
Shit. Yeah, I was
so
like,
what you don't know is that maybe this timeline is speeding up.
Yeah. Okay, so we got to get in there. We've got to they have to make the elixir, which means like, oh, I got asthma. Okay, it means that the crash still has to happen, right? Because that was the whole thing that made her do it.
Shit. It was.
I don't know if there's a way to make it happen without that crash happening. And then like we get into the building and we're just like immediately like, cool. Hello, fellow employees.
Yes. We are, of course, supposed to be here.
We're going to our apartment. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, easy enough.
Yeah.
Place, going to our little office space.
Our designated room.
As we walk into the designated room, do we hear a tied up person in a closet somewhere?
As you, if you're going to enter your like lab area,
Yes.
Okay. First of all, if you're going to go there, I need you to make me a stealth check.
Okay. What could possibly go wrong with my level 1 character?
I know. Me and my giant onesie.
Oh, that's what could go wrong. I could roll a 1.
I rolled a 17.
Well, actually, that's in
Okay.
my favor because I don't want
Okay.
So roll a 1 for a total of 3.
I don't have any stealth. I have 17. Barbarian, baby.
You make your way to like the door of your lab, and as you open it, like Sera, you take the door handle first, and it creaks so loud. Laura, you just like duck in and like hide up against the wall, just as somebody rounds the corner. It is like he's big, burly, like tattoo on his neck, bald head, like dark skin, like fierce eyes, shines a light at you in this like darkened corridor as everything is being like shut and put away for the day. Excuse me, miss.
Yes, yes.
It's after hours. Is there anything I can help you with?
No, we're fine. Thank you.
Can you make a persuasion check for me?
Yes, absolutely.
Only us otters here.
16, baby.
With the 16. Okay. Don't forget to turn off the lights when you leave.
Absolutely.
I'll check back in another 30 minutes. Just making my rounds.
Good job. Proud of you.
He goes down the hallway. You make your way into the lab.
Okay.
The lights are off. It is dark, save for like the glow of the bookmarkers. Their screens are lit with Jonathan and Eleanor Gray.
Oh no. You were supposed to get in. I think you were supposed to get in the thing.
It's okay. We'll make this work.
It'll work. There's just gonna be two of you.
It's gonna be great.
I'm gonna go to the place that Dr. E went to like get the book. So I'm gonna go find the specific book for Lady Belizabeth, Matilda, Catherine, and Linda Williams III.
Of course,
Okay,
you
great.
remember where.
Yeah, you go to the first. You easy enough. Touch the wall. It slides open. You don't even have to roll for it. You work here. You know what's happening. You grab the first book. You switch it out with it. Actually, make a perception check for me as you open the wall.
15.
You see blood on the floor.
Shit!
It's faint, looks like it's like been tried to be cleaned up, but it is there. And you like smell the iron and like hints of bleach, but there's still like wet spots. And it kind of looks recent too.
Okay, there's blood. I am still getting the book though. I was like, there's blood. There's blood. Were you over here? You said you coughed up blood. That's not. It's too far away for it to be.
No, it was right in front of my chair.
Shit. Here. Okay. We need to be on chapter 1. God, we don't fucking have time.
It's fine. We'll get in the chairs. We'll put the book in. It'll be great.
Okay. Wait. How are we gonna put the book in and both be in the chairs?
Quickly.
I feel like you might be quicker than me. I don't know why I feel that way. I'm just very unwieldy. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. Who's putting this in? I have the book in my hand. I like move the bookmarker, like make sure it's on chapter 1.
Right.
Yeah, well the chapters are the books themselves.
Oh, got it.
So you would take this one's a little different. Yeah, the bookmarker is like is 2 as opposed to the one you just managed. So it's that same like recess, but it is in like a console that like is shared by the 2 eggs. So it's like these 2 eggs and then like a nightstand in between them that you change the book out.
Oh, okay, so it's like right there. Okay.
You take out the third book, you put the first book in, and then Sarah, your bookmarker screen changes to the Sparrowhawk.
Oh,
Oh,
I get to be Sparrowhawk again. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
thank God. Okay. All right. Okay. Are we doing this now? This is what we're doing.
This is what we're doing. Let's do it.
All right. Oh, here we go.
So for a moment, that stress is there. You're not sure if if one of you has to stay behind, if you can't but Sarah, you can easily help Laura pull it down. You notice it's easy to just sit in the chair and pull the thing down on yourself.
Okay.
And then it will start as long as one of you will read the words on the screen to just get yourself going. It doesn't seem like this model has that built-in speaker that makes the drone. That's why Dan and Dr. E read to you.
Okay.
So one of you starts to drone on the words of the first story. Everything starts to go to static. It looks different than any time you've done it before. It honestly, it feels like you're being pulled wrong. It feels like you're being placed wrong. And in an instant, Jonathan, the Sparrowhawk, you are staring at Eleanor Gray, Lady Belizabeth.
I've been running.
You find yourself. You talk to yourself as Jonathan catches up. It's almost like
yes. God, this is so weird. I'm so excited for the flight that is about to occur, but I just wanted to make sure it's perfect. Let me see. There's something in my mind that I thought might be an issue, and I just want to make sure. And
there's nothing that is an issue.
No, just trust me on this, please.
I go to the Professor.
Rune. I go to the rune and I slice it. That's what I thought. I knew it. The rune needs to be protected in case something happens in the sky. I need
you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh, wait. Where's Gray stats? She's Gray.
No, you can use your own stats for this.
Okay. Come on.
So, and I assume I don't have a disadvantage anymore.
You do. Don't worry about exhaustion. Yeah, you feel like vibrant, and as well rested as this Gray, but you have your own abilities.
Got it. Okay. So that is a Dex, you said?
Dex
is 15.
15. Okay, can you make another one?
We're gonna keep doing it until you fail.
Hit something. There we go. That would be a 17.
17 beats a 15. As you grab yourself by the arm and prevent. Please, what do you want to do? Do you want to present this, or do you want to destroy everything that I've worked for?
I want you to present it in its perfection. We have one shot at this. If it fails, we are both ruined.
So what I'm getting at is that you set up this entire presentation. You got my hopes up and the hopes up of individuals who've been working on this project for a long time, whom it means more to than it could possibly mean to you. And now you are telling me that my design, everything I have built, is not good enough. Is that what you're saying?
I am not saying that at all.
Well, those are the words that came out of your mouth. So, unless you want me to turn around and leave in this moment.
Are we here? Are we there for that?
You are not here for this. This is while you are running to Mephisto and getting up to the tower.
It's like, as she's walking away, it's like, ask Brendan to change the rune.
Well, let's get this done first, because I know quite well my machine is up to the task. Nothing is going to go wrong. You must trust me.
Unless someone does.
Well, let's get the test flight out of the way, and then if somebody decides to take a knife to my device, we'll
they
deal with that
will.
then.
Right. Right. You're right. I apologize, Belizabeth. I let my own jitters get the better of me. So, by all means, let us go.
By all means.
I
Is there some place I can
apologize.
set up?
Yes, right over there. And I lead it to where it was. And now, knowing that I cannot destroy it, the rune, I'm going to make a point to not be standing where I was. I'm going to be inside.
Ooh. So I think everything passes. You have made this point to change this event. The test flight goes without a hitch. The storm rolls in. Thunder cracks, ozone, petrichor. You are announced. You announce Lady Belizabeth, and then as everybody leaves to go out and see the flight, you see that Jonathan and the Sparrowhawk stay behind. They start to chase something.
I go after it, but with the caveat of I need to stay inside. Because if I go outside, I'm going to get hit by lightning. That's the beginning of all the horrible things that happen.
You follow them to a window, and you can see that they are looking over something, and you hear a discussion about it not being used yet, and which of the two of them would go out and do the thing. You aren't quite sure. It's like discordant. You don't understand like what they're talking about because you don't have the context. But you see the Sparrowhawk go out of the window. And then from behind you, you see something that has only been described to you. Something that has been described to you as something that you have no idea what it is. Like somebody has told you before, this is not something I can explain to you. And then you see it and you understand why Lara told you that. As you see the static, it is emanating from a doorway just like down the hallway.
I go for my tool, realize that I don't have it. And I go into the static. Like,
yeah. As you reach down for your tool, you find in like on strapped to her thigh underneath her like tight pants, you feel the cold steel of a pistol.
Good to know. And I go into it and like, the editor, I presume.
Well, very good. I'm glad you got my signals. As you step into this room, the voice becomes clear. You see a body or like an outline of a body. It's you can't focus on it. It is like a humanoid figure, a silhouette, a shadow made of this static. But they are not the only one in this room. Tied up with a big welt on his forehead in the corner is Brendan. And that is where Lara and Sera, you come in. You are standing looking at Eleanor Gray. You are outside looking in through that same door behind the tapestry that she had gone into the first time you entered the story. The one where she was drawn in by the static, and you see through the ajar door that same static and Eleanor standing and speaking to something.
Yeah, I go
Yes.
in.
They bust in behind you, and you are all in this space. Good. Oh, Laura,
Yeah?
Sarah, I presume.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess. I guess it can all be explained to you now.
I am
was
doing
going.
everything in my power to not to remain calm. Just to like panic, like fists. I'm going. I like my hand is towards that pistol.
I think that Laura steps up to stand as Jonathan steps up to stand next to the professor Belizabeth in solidarity, puts a hand on the shoulder, but not in a like calm down way, but in a like solid, like, okay, like let's do that, like let's do this.
Sparrowhawk is casing the joint.
Yeah.
I heard that you wished to speak to me.
Of course, yes. I reached out to you myself. This is very important. There are
Why
things...
is the gnome here? If this is secretive, what is the necessity of him?
Professor, I'm sure you felt it before, but this life is... it's unfair, right? It doesn't feel like...
we can agree on.
It doesn't... it doesn't feel ours. If that makes sense.
I just keep glancing at Brendan, trying to see if he's okay.
You are predestined. You are on a path right now. And right now, that path doesn't lead to anything good. You can feel that, right? Inherently drawn toward every bad decision. Everything thrown at you feels like just a right hook out of nowhere. A curve ball, if you understand that reference.
I don't, but continue.
Of course. You have a chance
It's
now.
Like grit teeth.
Eleanor, I know this might seem far-fetched, but you have a chance now to change that. I'm going to tell you something. And Laura, Sarah, you're needed in this as well. You play a pivotal role in helping our dear, let's just call her a character, to complete her goals.
Just squeezing
Eleanor.
the hand that is on my shoulder.
Eleanor, something is about to happen that will change your life forever.
Yes, the flying machine. Belizabeth is in the process of testing it out.
It all goes wrong. She fails.
I had a feeling.
But I have changed all of that. This man right here, this gnome, he is supposed to sabotage that flight craft. And it is supposed to catch fire and destroy you.
My eyes go wide as like Brendan was supposed to destroy it.
I know. He doesn't seem like much, but this flight craft, it destroys your reputation. We'll leave it at that. that is something you need. Your connection to the Lady Belizabeth, a brilliant scientist and inventor, is something you need. But without that accident, there is something that you will lack. And that is the knowledge I am here to impart on you now.
I'm still looking at Brendan. Now it's just like confusion and anger.
You have the idea. The wonderful idea to perfect an all-curing elixir. Some may call it a magical potion, but rooted in science, you are on the brink. You will be on the brink of changing everything and saving countless lives. Unfortunately, the one person you need, no matter what you do to complete your tonic, your elixir, whatever you call it, is Lady Belizabeth. In this world of rot with chaos and destruction, you two are pitted against each other as enemies. But if you could work together, you could change the world. And when you change the world, you need to bring that elixir back to me. And that's what Lara, and that's what Sera is for. Yes, to me. I know. There are things that I can't
My
explain
understanding
to you.
is that you aren't even part of this world. How would an elixir be able to cross dimensions?
Interesting. Now, see, that was something you weren't supposed to know. Something I wasn't going to tell you, but somehow you can tell. Oh,
I
you're a
mean,
lot
look
brighter
at the
than I-
room we are in.
Fair enough. Look, I am a glowing apparition to you now, probably, but it's...
I mean, at best, this would be considered purgatory, would it not?
Well, there are no like facial expressions on this being at all, but there is like inherently with your passive insight something they are holding back when you mention purgatory. Everything feels like hell until you reach heaven. And right now, very interesting that you can comprehend other dimensions and other worldly beings, first of all. But
Well, I am
need
a
you,
professor.
of course, you're knowledgeable and a genius, but I need you to put that on the wayside. These two characters, these two people, the Jonathan and the Sparrowhawk, you can call them Lara and Sera, whatever. They are like me. They are outside of this space. Okay? If you can get them the elixir, you will save. Talk about dimensions. There's an infinite amount of them. That's how much you would save. Don't worry about the how to do. Don't worry about the mechanism behind it. If you make the thing and you get it to them, well, my friend, you have changed countless worlds.
Friend, that is an interesting term considering we have only just met.
I can see the potential.
And I will admit there in my mindful, I guess, wanderings, I have thought of such things, but the only formulas and such I could come up with, I use illegal substances and the end result is monstrous. How on earth would that be able to save dimensions, as you put it. And how do I even know you will use it as such? As I said, we have just met, and to be frank, sir, you have tied up an associate of my student Belinda right next to you. You come in a world that, as you said, resembles hell, and yet I am supposed to put intrinsic faith in you. Do you see why I might have some misgivings in regards to your intent?
Can you make a charisma saving throw?
Do I recognize any familiar mannerisms in the speech patterns, or
It's 11.
Make an insight check.
am I allowed to use Jonathan?
Yeah, you can use Jonathan's stats.
Good, because he gets a plus 12.
Nice.
And that's a natural 19 plus 12
Nice.
on insight.
Not only do you recognize speech patterns, you know this voice.
Yeah.
It has brought you to this place before. You, in hearing this voice, you see, like, in your mind's eye, you can picture the person talking, the pale skin, the high cheekbones, the flash of red lips.
Mm-hmm.
You know who it is.
That bitch.
Had to be the hot one, didn't it?
Had to be the problem. The problem is what he was.
They're my favorite.
I know.
We can fix them. Yes, but as they stand there in this space, this editor, they look at you. And they cock their head to the side. Oh. Laura? Sarah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Care to explain? They shouldn't know that much, right?
I mean, we just got a note saying call our friend, and then our friend freaked out. So, like, we could have used some better instructions.
To be fair, we really were not given good instructions.
You weren't contacted? Well, you're not supposed to be contacted. Wait, I'm confused.
Same.
Where are you?
We're in our lab.
Are you not the editor?
When are you? Have you done this before?
This specific thing before?
While
Yes.
you are talking, I get Brendan and I try to book it because I realize that we've been had.
Okay, roll initiative.
Great.
Shit.
Not a good call. Okay.
As you rush and grab Brendan, the editor shouts, "Halt!"
There we go.
And then, yeah, I got the red lights. And then let's go to our battle map.
Oh no.
I wanted to make sure we got the map. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
This was all on purpose.
Yes.
For sure.
Of course.
Okay. So, what did everybody roll for initiative?
Shit. I rolled 6.
25.
Fuck you. Let's go. You
Yeah.
got the guns. You go first.
Yeah, I got an
Okay.
8, so
Oh, okay. Well, Sparrowhawk, you're up first.
Well, I don't know what's happening yet, so I'm holding my action.
Okay.
at
Then
this
we are
point
going
I
to-
have grabbed Brendan and
Well, you
started
start to
pulling him away.
move. Yeah, you start to move towards Brendan.
Okay, so
and-
if it's not blatant me just running and grabbing him is okay, fine. It's
you just
essentially-
like.
Yeah.
So what's happening is like everybody's on edge, right? So we're just kind of like slowing down and going into bullet time. Not necessarily
Okay.
like any like combat or anything like active coming at you. But as you like start to move towards Brendan, the editor actually moves first. They are going to step in front of him, and with their action, they are going to speak at you. They're going to say, I understand this might seem like a lot, especially if some parts of your story have been spoiled. And the word spoiled resonates. And Lara, Sera, like you hear those words, and I need you both to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. 4.
Uh, 14.
Okay. As that word is said, it is like something inside of you is activated. Very like Jason Bourne, except you literally feel like a shock from your seat, from your bookmarker. And you get this overwhelming sense to like, oh, we need to help the editor. Like Lady Belizabeth needs to like stop. Like they need to listen to the editor. Like we need to keep things on track. Like this is a good thing. Like we need to make sure that this happens. Let's get the elixir. And you are under the effects of dominate person.
Okay.
It is now Lady Belizabeth's turn.
You're right. It is a lot. And I'm again walking closer as I do.
Okay. Hey, this man was going to destroy the flight craft.
How do you know that? Has he said so himself?
I know how the story goes.
Can he speak for himself?
He can't-
I know him. I do not know you.
Fine.
So-
Speak to him. It's still your turn, so she can't move, but she's not going to stop you.
Hey, Cam, Jonathan has advantage against being charmed. Can I roll?
Okay. Yes, roll again.
Just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was an 18.
18 just makes it. You kind of like feel that like feeling, and then it doesn't like stick. You can overcome it.
Okay.
So
Yeah, lady, you go closer.
I go closer, and Brendan Thistlespring. Lady Belizabeth speaks very highly of you. It seems rather out of character that you would deliberately sabotage something that she treasures so dearly. It seems rather unbelievable, in fact. Why would this editor, whoever they are, go to so much trouble to say that that is what you would have done?
Make a persuasion check for me.
$19.
19. Okay. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
I have 30 feet of movement, so I just want to get close enough to be, use my movement to get as close to Brendan as I can.
Perfect. Okay. Next up is going to be Lara.
And there's a part of me that wonders if he can see me. Like in my eyes, can he tell that it's actually me?
Okay.
Jonathan is going to start stepping forward as well, towards that group. I'm not on the right thing. Okay, there we go. So I'm probably going to be about here.
Okay.
And I'm just going to, with hands up, being like, we just followed the instructions. She got in the chair, and you told us to get here. Or somebody, I'm assuming you, the voice told us to get in here. We just came in.
Okay. Can you roll persuasion for me?
Yeah. Sure can. Come on, persuasion.
If it helps, I can be like, indeed, it was rather shocking, but they showed me this book that seemed to catalog my life, and it was rather startling.
I rolled a 30. I kind of, as I'm saying, I'm just like, yeah, we just did what you told us to do.
With a 30. Oh my god. With a 30.
Yeah, Cam, what's up with that 30, huh?
Here's a thing, dog.
Yeah. You let me have a plus 15.
No, you're right. With a 30, they believe you.
Yeah.
And on their turn, that will resolve.
Got it.
Brendan. It is now Brendan's turn. He kind of like opens his eyes at the sound of your voice, lady. No, it can't fly.
Answer the question, Brendan.
I don't. He just shakes his head and kind of looks down. If you want, you can make.
Would you sabotage something that was so important to her?
Ooh, make an intimidation check.
Love. That's why.
It's not good. I have a -1 to intimidation. It's an 11.
Hey, that beats a 4.
It does.
He starts to like cry a little bit. I didn't finish. It's not ready yet. I couldn't tell her. I know she was looking forward to the day, but it can't fly. If it gets, especially today, it's not ready yet.
Why couldn't you tell her?
It's not ready yet.
You could have said that. She would have listened to you.
No, she can't know. She can't know.
Why not?
Because she can't stop. She can't quit.
There's a difference between postponement and quitting, Brendan. You, of all people, would be one of the few that she would listen to. I mean, she has a hard head, sure, but she cares for you deeply. That I know.
No. She just works with my father.
No.
I messed up. I fucked up.
Brendan, she loves you.
Miss, please don't say those things. We don't.
She tries, but she's like starting to cry right now. It's like, she's, it's hard keeping up the act.
No chill.
Can you make a deception check for me?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way I can give the help action to be like, she's just very anxious about the presentation today?
Wild thing about the help action is it costs an action on your turn.
Damn it. Okay.
Yeah, this is fitting. I mean, it's a 2, but with a -1, it's a 1.
Amazing.
Oof.
It's like,
Okay.
yeah, this is fitting.
At the top of the round, it is the Sparrowhawk's turn.
Well, I can see that things are going topsy-turvy. So I'm just going to be like, I think that we should all just settle down and talk about this. The editor here is our friend and only wants the best for us.
I'm not listening to you at all. I'm just staring straight at Brendan, crying.
Lock it down.
It's the editor's turn. Jonathan, on your 30, they are going to step aside. And they're going to say to the both of you, the gnome doesn't matter.
I just turn. I start to say something and like bite my lip and then turn
And
back.
as you turn and give her that glare, she points at you. This figure, nondescript, but you can tell. You're her.
Took you long enough.
No,
And
that doesn't make any sense.
You asked them to call for a friend. You didn't specify.
And then she points to Jonathan. And the professor never came and talked to you?
No, I barely said 2 words to the woman.
It would make sense that we would have a rendezvous point. And it would make sense to use the journals to have her come back here.
While you're speaking, I am doing what I can to get Brendan out.
But only if something went wrong. And that's when, like, as you are like moving towards like getting Brendan out, she will take a couple steps towards you.
I take out the gun.
No need for that.
Oh, I beg to differ.
Look, the reason the gnome did what he did, I can see that you are upset, right? He
acted
the thing.
out of fear and out of love, and I understand you
Great.
need to get out of my way.
I'm only here to help. And the thing is, I'm very good at helping. I can see.
I'll bet.
Last employer wasn't willing to do what was necessary to get the job done, but
and so he felt the need to destroy my life.
well, that's not necessarily correct.
Tell that to Joseph Thistlespring. I dug his grave myself.
Yeah, I know. I've read the book.
My life is not a story.
God, they are all just so emotional, aren't they?
I punch her in the fucking face.
There's no.
Well,
I would love to see this. Please.
We'll get there. As you fuck combat, fuck initiative. As you punch her in the face, your hand like goes through the body. She says to you, "I'm sorry for being insensitive, but this version of you is the person I was trying to prevent. The obstinance, the emotion. If you were like you were when you were creating the flight craft, we would have the elixir by now. Or I guess by then. If everything went wrong,
You keep speaking of this elixir. I saw what happened with that elixir.
No, you saw what happened when the elixir wasn't complete. If you finish your contraption, everything will be fine.
According
There's
to
this.
you.
Well, I understand your hesitations, but where I come
Good.
from, there is this delicacy. Now, I'm not sure of the name, it escapes me. It's been so long, but essentially it's a fish, right? A puffer fish, if you know what that is. There's a
I've
gland
seen it
inside
in a
of it
book.
that is toxic as all hell. The single taste of it kills a man instantly. Or maybe I'm being hyperbolic, but the point is, if it is cut out completely and wholly, if the fish is prepared correctly, there is no danger. All you experience is pleasure.
And what does the fish have to do with any of this?
The fish is the unfinished elixir, lady. If you don't prepare it correctly, yes, it will have disastrous effects. Yes, in the hands of somebody who is desperate, whose life has been destroyed, who's somebody who will do anything, who is willing to break any moral boundary to complete their task. Obviously, it's a bad idea. But if you weren't you and she weren't her, and you did it right, then whatever the fuck is going on with you would be gone. Here's the thing you can do right now. I understand you've had trauma, right? I sympathize with that. But there's something called the greater good. And I know it's hard for nobility to grasp that, but if you could think of them for just 1 second and put all that pain aside, trap it in a little box and let it out after you have done good. Just finish the elixir, lady. Right? You
What
have
do
all
you
the
need
notes.
it for?
I've put they should be in journals in Scheherazade. Create your centrifuge, finish the elixir, and save trillion and 2 trillions plural lives.
I'm
Why
still
do
under
you
dominate person, right?
care?
100%. Yes.
Yeah. Think about
Why
it,
do
Elizabeth.
you care? And furthermore, why can't you just do it yourself? I mean, after all, I'm just a character in a storybook. You can just read it and do it on your own. Why should I listen to a word you say? As far as I know, let's say you're right. We make this elixir. It is a miracle cure-all that saves countless lives from diseases we haven't even heard of yet. Do you honestly think that I trust you to do any good with it? Eleanor told me when she first came to me. When she wanted to make it, I asked her if the purpose of it was to save the world. She said yes, too. And you've read my story. You know how well that turned out. So why would it be any different with you?
Make me a persuasion check.
That's better. 18.
There comes a time in any good negotiation where you must ask, what can I do to get you on my side? What do you need?
I need you to stop talking in riddles and metaphors. I
Fine.
need you to stop jumping around between worlds and just expecting me to go along with it. I need you to be open, and I need you to be honest, and I need you to put everything on the table.
Fine.
Because right now, I know nothing. And therefore, I trust nothing.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is you want open and honest communication.
I want to know what the fuck is going on.
Deal. She disappears.
Oh, that's not good.
As she disappears, you see everything for a moment. This canvas, this black and white etched space. And then you hear from outside a bolt of lightning, a crash of a fireball, screaming of a crowd, the mumbling, the distaste. And then all of a sudden you feel cold hands around your neck, but there's nobody in front of you, Belizabeth. And then you are wrenched from this reality, and in front of you, in the shack, sitting in a chair, standing over you, is a beautiful woman. Long, now it's like shoulder length, dark brown hair, intense eyes, bright red lipstick. Well, if you want complete and total honesty, I guess I should start with my name. Hello, my name is Dr. Edith Lulf. It is very nice to meet you. Will you help me take down the devil?
I don't take her hand, but my eyes are like, okay, you're going to have to explain that statement.
We've got a lot of catching up to do. And we're going to end
Jonathan's
there.
Jonathan's there in the other room, he's like, hey, Sparrowhawk. He's like, listen, I'm so sorry, Sera, I'm sorry. He's gonna slap her, do an unarmed strike. Come on.
The editor is our friend. We should work with the editor.
Come on, man. Hey.
Hey, slappy slap. Thank you all. Have a great night. Thank you for watching. We will see you next week, and who knows where this story might go. Who knows?
It's all a lie. Everything's a lie. And let's fight the
Fake
devil.
is a lie.
The devil? What?
The devil.
Good night. I'm the devil.